What's going on, people? It's your boy, Ripper Raider, coming to you guys today. Just wanted to go over some footage with Jamarcus Russell. Jesus Christ, huh? Jamarcus Russell. Hey, let's be honest, man. I'm a Raiders fan first, right? And this is why I say uh, if uh, if Carr don't produce, I gotta get on him. I gotta get on him, rip him. That's what I do. Rip him. I rip him down. That's what I do. So I'm gonna get on him, right? Same thing with Jamarcus. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying the same thing like I didn't want him to win because I wanted him to win. I'm just saying he wasn't producing, right? But the crazy thing is I liked him, bro. I wanted him to win when he was in the game and he was scoring, you know. But the team just wasn't where it was, man. I think it could have been the coaching staff, whatever. But whoever it was, whatever it was, it didn't work out for him. So I want if he's coming out after years and years and years and years of becoming being called the biggest bust of all time. So why not listen and see what he got to say? So I haven't listened to this yet. I might cut in between, fast forward, etc. But I wanted to take the time to listen to what you guys. If you ever heard it, fine. Just rock with me. If you haven't, definitely let's see what he got to say. All right. So I may even pause commentary and give you some commentary in the midst of, and we may not even get through the full. As you can see, it's an hour and 23 minutes. So I'm gonna try to give you at least 30 minutes of my commentary. All right, so let's go. Jamarcus Russell on the pivot with Fred Taylor and the rest of the guys. All right, let's go.
Yeah, man. Welcome to the pivot, man. Obviously, we're blessed to have you. Fred been talking about it forever, Chan, as well. For all the people that are watching, subscribe, YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure you like too. This is going to be an epic episode. Shout out to Happy Dad. I'm gonna open one up. You know what I'm saying? I'll pull this one up later on. Shout out to our folks. I think so many people, Jamarcus, um, for y'all who don't know, this is Jamarcus Russell, number one overall draft pick. For so many people, they want to start there. I want to start before that, though. Yeah. I want to start before that.
Let's pause though. He certainly looked like he got his shit together. Like it ain't a situation where he spent all his bread. I hope they don't at the end say he spent his bread. But in the midst, you would expect him to look crazy like my man nigga was a basketball star. Fast forward, he homeless. It was years ago, and it was 30 million. But a knucklehead dude can go through 30 million in a year, in a damn contract year. So I'm glad to see brother looking well. So let's go.
Like I remember Notre Dame, Sugar Bowl, and who you were. But tell me a little bit about who the kid from Alabama was, the number one recruit, the big time football player. What was his family like? What was his family like?
Growing up, I had my family was cool, but 7 people in the house. I was the first grandson. So I was like my grandmother's baby child. So I got that treatment as far as a younger brother. Like my mom was always working, so I was always home with my grandmother or my uncles. So she always took, great care of me. Like I say, she always took me places with her. My mom would work, I'd never be at home always with my grandmother. She used to be in the booster club at the football at the school. So been there a lot. And then the name of Williamson just being where all my family went, it was like she kind of got my juices flowing at a young age. Then, the band. I don't know, when you growing up, everybody want to be in a band, at least act like it. But that was part of it. I got a great family.
You become the star, which you were. You don't get to LSU without being that. And you talk about, having a great family and a support system and all of those things. When you step on campus at LSU, how did you know that it was going to turn out to what it ended up being for you?
I didn't have a clue, bro. I was just a young kid that loved the game and really got a chance to get away from home.
See, so that's why it's good to hear this stuff here. Uh, Majority of the players who are coming from high school to college, they have an idea of what they want. Football is in their blood. You know, football has been passed through at the age of like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You start, boom, you go to high school, you become a star in high school. You really become a star in that elementary phase. You transition over to high school, you become that star. And then people know you're going to college to play ball. He's telling you, he was just happy to get out the house. So he should. I'm not saying stop giving him the heat, but it does make sense. It makes sense if you really football is probably not your number one thing, number one inspiration, and they expect you to be a football player. You know, it's a little crazy. So let's keep it going.
Growing up out the neighborhood, the thing is to go to college. No matter how you get there, but fortunately, my thing was football. It wasn't basketball. I played a little basketball, had a few scholarships on the line, but football, the one where the most recognition came. So that's what we moved towards. My senior year, mom didn't let me play basketball because I had a scholarship. But it was crazy, bro. It was kind of everything happened so fast, and I was always a child that was able to play, so it was new to me. Everything that happened, even going to the NFL, it happened so fast. It was new to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I got to LSU, Dwayne Bowe, Buster Davis, the guys that was coming, and Jimbo Fisher, he recruited me.
Right.
Well, first, Coach Muschamp recruited me. By me playing quarterback, Jimbo took over. If I'm gonna be with him every day, he need to know me. We need to have conversation. We need to talk. So that's how that took on. But the guys that was coming, I knew they were coming. They were receivers, running backs. They just said, if we have you to add to this, we can do a little bit. So that's what I chose. It was 2 hours away from me. Right. 2.5 hours.
Why LSU? Like, why LSU?
I just told you,
I don't really like the disrespectful way in which you said that. Why not LSU?
There you go.
I need to know. I mean,
like I said, the guys that were coming, and the people that were already there. Like growing up, Alabama and Auburn, I never really liked it. Alabama, I just liked some of the players. I liked Auburn over Alabama, but I never wanted to go to college there. I never did.
Did you know what you was gonna do at LSU? Did you ever, like when you was, they say it was coming up, and I wasn't there. I wasn't there. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know your Alabama career and all that, but did you know what you was gonna do at LSU? Because all of us watched you flourish. Yeah.
I didn't have a clue, bro. I started out on scout team. I was redshirt. We had a 5th-year senior, and Marcus Rounder was a 4th-year guy. Matt Mark, the other guy. So crazy, quick story. First day there, Matt Mark and I was roommates. Never told nobody this ever in my life. This is crazy, bro. He just starting quarter, so I was like, Matt, you gonna help me out? Show me what's going on, this and that. He said, nah, bro, you got a playbook. You gonna see what's going on. So,
So you learned it yourself?
Shit. If I'm lying, I'm flying. I'm sitting down. But that was like this the real deal. Yeah. Like, you have to get it on your own. And I say Marcus Rounder, he was a good guy, bro. Marcus Rounder took me on his wing and showed me the rope. Cause Nick, oh man.
But you see how that thing worked? So look, man, it's just almost he's in the game, but with no direction. Players today, though, come on, bro. You can't, directions is crazy. You can get direction from anywhere, But again, I'm not, I'm not saying let's retract the bus, but it certainly makes sense where the urgency comes from, the lack of urgency. In this case, it certainly makes sense, right? Let's keep it going.
Oh man, that was crazy for me. From high school to college, but Nick Saban, that's why he's great today.
What was it like being his quarterback?
Nick was very militant. He's very militant. He's strategic. He's gonna get on your ass. I can say that, because he knows what you can do. He knows you can do it. So when you don't show up, that's when it turns out bad, bro.
And to look back, because I played for Nick. Nick drafted me 05. When he got first year with the Dolphins, bro, he drafted me third round. Ronnie Brown, Matt Ross, myself. He drafted.
I'm gonna tell you something. I don't like this motherfucker, man. I'm so sorry about my language, but I just don't something I don't like about him, bro. He looks shiesty. He look like he up to something, and then they don't give the folks no real respect, as if he high and mighty. I get him. I just don't like him. Let's keep it going.
Us, and he drafted dudes that played against him, and he respected off the field.
Yeah.
And I believe he could have been a good coach in the NFL, but he had to always be in charge. Like militant stuff, because I done seen Jason Taylor cuss his ass out, Zach Thomas cuss his ass out.
Those guys been there for a while.
And they OGs.
Yeah.
So could you see playing with Nick Saban? Can you see that he could not make it in the league? Because obviously he can't.
He, like you say, control. He feel like if he can control the situation, he win. If he can't, ain't no need of dealing with it. It's out of my control. Why would I want to deal with something that I can't control? If that's the type of person I am. If I know everything it takes for us to win for the summer workout, even the 26-110, man, the 180s in the spring. You know, if I can get it down to a science on how I do this, then if I can't control all this, why do I need to do it?
It's been some controversy following Nick lately with some comments, and I don't want to talk about them too much. But, you know, he seems that he's the type of coach that he wants to be able to coach you, but he also wants to win by any means necessary, right? Like they say, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying, or do business as business is being done. Along those lines, right? So I heard a story. It's a gang of stories out there about you, big dog, but you're here for a reason.
We could talk about them.
100%. So
We could talk about
you
them.
were
That's
hurt
awesome.
during college,
Yeah.
and you went to class, and you had your styrofoam cup,
Most definitely.
and you had your painkiller. As most people might think that they're Tylenol or this or that, but you had your drink, your painkiller.
Yeah.
Story got back to coach in the coaches, and you said they handled business. They didn't get out everywhere, but they handled business. And again, by any means necessary, we're gonna win. We're gonna handle it in-house, so we can win. Is there any validity to that story?
There's a lot of truth to it. Well, actually, we had a banquet. I had a sling. I had separated my shoulder in the championship game. And I went to the banquet. I didn't want to wear my suit with my sling on, so I took it off that night. And that was a mistake. Man, she was hurt so bad all night. And like I said, I didn't want to take the pill because I'm not a pill guy. My mom was there. I told her I'd be back. I went through the neighborhood in Baton Rouge, you know. Before someone told, it had been a few days in between. So, like I say, they had to catch on or whoever. But once they called me in for a urine sample, I told them, hey, I had been drinking, cough syrup, due to my issue. We're going to find out. But I'm just letting you know before you go. And once it happened, actually Les Miles was the coach at the time.
Okay.
I was going home for Christmas, for the break, driving home, got a phone call. Need to see you. Damn. How this shit finna work out, you feel me? Like, say the syrup thing.
All right, so we're gonna pause for a second. I got a little connection concerns, as you can see. It might be the cable. Don't know. But let's see what's happening.
Actually, Les Miles was the coach at the time.
Okay.
I was going home for Christmas, for the break, driving home, got a phone call. Need to see you. Damn. How this shit finna work out, you feel me? Like, say the syrup thing came out. My first time, like say, trying it, it wasn't on intention. It was by mistake at the park. And the grown-ups, they be out there weekly because the kids, park ball. I went in the cooler and, pineapple flavor came out. My first time, like say, trying it, it wasn't on intention. It was by mistake at the park. And the grown-ups, they be out there weekly because the kids, park ball. I went in the cooler and, pineapple Fago. I'm like, damn. After a while, I started feeling a certain way. And the guy that I know, like my uncle to me, he got me a room and got me situated because he knew what was going on. But like I said, later on, I didn't drink that again till college. You know what I'm saying? Because it gonna make you sleepy, it ain't gonna let you feel nothing. I knew about it.
Would that be the one particular rumor that just drive you crazy?
Don't nothing drive me crazy, bro. See, that's another thing. I never, let's clear this up. 2 Chainz, I know you gonna see this, titty boy.
Yeah.
I never hung out the night before no game, ever.
That's a story. I heard that story too. I was gonna ask about it.
Ever, never. This shit he got on TV and talked about, it got some truth to it. About the drink again. Like it's my buddy. My buddy like drink. When I show up, I'm gonna have my buddy what he like. It could have been some cocaine. It could have been some weed. It could have been some whatever. My buddy like when we go party. Make sure my buddy okay.
Yeah.
Same as you. You my buddy, whatever. Make sure you cool.
Yeah.
And that's just how it was. He was speaking on some shit. Now some shit happened between him and I didn't appreciate that at all. Period. Still don't. I'm not an entertainer. I wasn't an entertainer. I'm not no rapper. None of that shit. I play football to feed my family. Football is much different from your world. You know what I'm saying? I had went to jail for this shit, and now here you here talking like blow. In high school, I had a teammate that drank some gin or some shit before the game. Like, he go out and make 20, 30 tackles. Like, this is no bullshit.
Like him? Yeah. Bro,
That what you did, bro?
Bro, I've told the stories a number of times. Saturday night before a game,
Yeah.
down here in Miami, or whenever we went somewhere else, you said Marshawn.
Yeah.
Sean, watching that when Sean was in Buffalo, I land, me and Sean to go cross the border to Toronto, drink, party, be back to the hotel, go out there and still ball. And Sean to do his thing, I do my thing, but we having a good time, we enjoying it.
See, that's another thing. I never, let's clear this up. 2 Chainz, I know you gonna see this, titty boy.
Yeah.
I never hung out the night before no game, ever.
That's
Period.
a story.
I heard that story too, I was gonna ask about it.
Ever, never. This shit he got on TV and talked about, it got some truth to it. And he talking about the drink again. Like it's my buddy. My buddy like drink. When I show up, I'm gonna have my buddy what he like. It could have been some
Any pro day there's ever
down there. He on the floor. He ain't moving. He unresponsive. The family, they just, man, they crying and shit. So it's like, what's wrong with him? Like, you know, is he dead or some shit? Like, what's up? Did y'all call the paramedic? His tongue started to move.
Bro, that substance abuse thing, and like Freddie talking about the story, that's something that they're, like we were talking before, we was out there BSing before about just the stories that come out about you and that substance abuse, not hearing about your uncle that you named after.
Yeah.
Like that substance abuse thing, some people say that's what ended your career. Can you speak on that? Because a lot of people say, you know what I'm saying, like the syrup and all that, the
What
party.
ended my career, I feel, bro.
Listen. This is why I'm saying I don't like that dude. I'm a Raiders fan, bro. So, when it comes to Jamarcus Russell, I don't know him personally. I don't. I know his school stats. I don't know his shit outside school and all that. But if I'm looking at his school stats, looking at information about him being the biggest bust online all the time, doing research, etc., 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 not near one person say he had a substance abuse issue. But this motherfucker gonna pull up and said you had a substance abuse situation. Maybe he did. I just would rather you say, hey, I heard, I want to ask you about your substance abuse concern. And then put it on yourself versus taking the whole damn question and putting it on somebody else who ain't there. I think that's some undercut shiesty-ish. Fast forward, let's keep it going.
I'm just being honest as I can. This is my point of this from me. Being at LSU, bro, it showed.
So come on, people. Before I press play, I want to change some people's ideas and minds on this guy. In a lot of ways, man. a lot of ways. I'm not gonna give him that. I still would have gave him that drive bus, but we just don't know. You don't know what's going on. You're not an actual football player, a team owner, a coach. You're not of the NFL. You commentary. YouTube. You're a sportscaster or a broadcaster, whatever you're doing. You don't know what's going on in the individual's head to put a title on the man and put a bus title on the man, and not know what's happening. You know, like I said, I liked the man. I think it was a cool dude. I was happy to get him. Hold up. Mm. I was excited to get him. You know, uh, probably could have used something else, but I was certainly excited to get him. You knew what Al Davis was going to do. Let's go. I'm gonna give a few more minutes to this, and we'll move on.
How would I know about some TV shit? I don't know nothing about none of that. I'm a rookie. I ain't been in this game but 30 days.
I want to ask you about that because that's the thing. That's the thing. A lot of people don't take into to perspective. You a young quarterback, first pick, first round coming out of LSU,
This shit
balled
new to
out,
me, bro.
did your thing, bro. We all watched it.
It's new, bro.
When did you start figuring out the business side of it? Because you just said that
When I
twice.
was gone, when I was out the league, bro.
Bro, when you was out the league?
Bro, the business side of it, like, I guess it wasn't really hit me because I'm here, Oakland Raiders. I just left LSU for so many. I got a contract for 6 years. Okay, the good go with the bad. She throw interception, okay, cool. That's what we work on.
Yeah.
You might throw 2 or 3 of them bitches. But guess what? The coach, hey, but they know that stuff happen, woo, let's go to it. But it wasn't like that. This man trying to play his quarterback. This man brought 2 guys that'll play with him. You think I'm gonna bring my buddy to somewhere I know I can get him in the game and not finna play him?
Who you talking about? You said that this guy brought 2
I
guys.
don't even like to say their names, bro. But he brought 2 of his guys from Tampa Bay Buccaneers where he had already coached these guys.
Mm-hmm.
So he was already jiving me from the get-go, bro. That's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem with skin color. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not finna let you bullshit me no matter your skin color, whatever. White, black, green, orange. Come on, bro. And
Come
it was
on, bro.
things that was done that
I know who you're talking about.
I didn't agree with. I didn't like.
I know who you're talking about.
But I'm a youngster, bro. I'm moving forward. Like, I don't know what's going on in this building.
You know
I
who
don't
you're
know
talking
who with
about.
me. I don't know who against me. Like, that shit was long.
Come
bro.
on, bro.
It ain't like it was for college. Then like
Get a
all
man
my
his
family
respect,
started
bro.
dying and shit. So
You know.
what else, who I'm looking to now? Ain't nobody on the team trying to with me. But Gerard Warren, big money.
Money. That's my man.
Then get what? Yeah, you out of here too. So shit, I'm like, like I said, I felt lonely, bro, for real.
Just speaking on feeling lonely, and a lot of times if you don't have the right support staff, the right support system in place, how you feel like your circle was then?
We was young, bro. My buddy from school, like I said, my uncle couldn't come, so I had one of my uncles, my buddy from school. We wasn't on no crazy shit like that, bro. I wasn't doing no hanging out, bro. I wasn't doing no shit like that, bro. I ain't never done that, bro. I'm in California, bro. Folks just gave you all this money. I don't know all these folk out here, bro. I got a bullseye on me, man. I'm from the hood, homie. Will rob your ass, set you up to kill you, homie. Yeah. I ain't for all that play shit, man. I'm trying to chill, relax, what we doing tomorrow, and trying to win some football games. Unfortunately, I wasn't winning, but I was dealt a bullshit hand. I'm at practice, bro. These folks can't catch a reverse, bro. 6 plays straight, home. But you want to go downfield and catch a 90-yard pass. How? He can't fucking catch a fucking, you know what I'm saying? Come on.
When you got there and you talked about, feeling supported in the
So, is that making sense to you? Now we see him on the field. What he's saying, what it sounds like he was saying in practice, they were pretty much sabotaging his career, because they didn't want him up there. That's something to think about, bro. That's something to think about. Definitely something to think about. Definitely something to retract the statement as far as him being a bust. We Raiders fans, man, listen, when the truth come out for me, I don't know about y'all. Our Raiders fans probably still hate this dude. Most of y'all ain't my skin complexion anyway. No pun intended. But when the truth come out, does that move you a bit to at least put some respect on the situation and say, okay, if the coach didn't want him there, and the coach was bringing his own players in there, and the coach wanted to play his own players, but this guy had a 6-year contract, and how do we get him out here? How do we get him out? We set him up. You know, I mean, come on. I'm not saying that's odd, but that's what happened. But it certainly is possible based off the coach that he talking about. You know. Nonetheless, hey, listen, this is it, man. I'm gonna leave it here. I'm gonna leave it here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, comment if you will. Let me know how you feel about what we talked about, and definitely check this podcast out, The Pivot. Check his these guys were guys is excellent, man. I like the way they do it. I like this guy here too, Ryan Clark. Your man over there, the light skinned bandit. He can go somewhere. Taylor's awesome. But definitely check these guys out. Make sure you like, subscribe this podcast here. My name is Rip'em Raider. My co-star, Seventh Letter's not here with us today. But certainly come check us out. Hit the like button, share, subscribe, do what you do. I'm your boy, Rip'em Raider. Rip'em Raider.